Mm, 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 mm. Change the brush size a bit. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. A very happy face. But that's all ASCII symbols. This is a part of the ASCII painter that was officially released as we officially go live for Tuesday's Vibe Coding Jams. Oh, I should bring this up before getting too deep into it. I got a response from Gemini. They on X were asking about, like, what are you vibe coding? Are you, have you made anything on on uh, 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 on Gemini? And I'm like, yeah, everything basically on Arcade. And look at that. This is epic. Such an awesome collection of games and useful tools created by Vibe Coding with Canvas. Thanks for sharing. So yeah, they responded. Anytime anybody asks for a link, I'm more than happy to drop Arcade links in there. And now I think I'm over 50. Didn't you count? Someone counted.
Yeah, I counted the last week. Yeah,
Over 50
yeah,
now.
it was over 50. Yeah.
Everything that I'm showing here up front has, of course, been distributed in the newsletter that goes out every week for free over on Substack. Everything got linked. Particle Man was a pretty quick one. This one was just more fun. I just thought I'd have fun with something visual. I like the visuals. I like sound and visuals. So Particle Man's up there with tons of configuration options. Just having fun in the web browser. The dice is pretty much done. I tried to get these to go to a uh, like multi-sided beyond the
Right, right,
D6s,
right.
but I had so many problems. I couldn't get couldn't get into render. I knew I was just going to go down the rabbit hole, and it just wasn't going to work. So these definitely work, and they work really well. That's nice dice.
Yeah,
Quantum
I had
reversal.
looked at that one earlier, and I added 1,000 dice to that thing, and it
Did
worked.
you? Oh, I was curious to know. I'm like, I wonder how high these go. I mean, I think I pushed like 10 or 12, but like I didn't go to 1,000. Um, last Thursday, I think, Ryan Pearson stopped by and he's asking, "Have you made a reversey?" I'm like, "No, but I kind of wonder." And then he did one. I'm like, "Let me see if I can do one." And so Quantum Reversey is out, playable on mobile and desktop. Hey, Ikafar, good to see you. Thank you again for all your support.
Hey,
8-bit Battle Tanks, which was an iteration from Pixel's game. This was, I think I still need to maybe possibly fix one or two things.
I tried that one, and I actually found the controls more difficult.
Really, I
Yeah, yeah,
I
it
couldn't
was odd.
I couldn't get this the way I wanted it to exactly.
Because I find it following the mouse is, it's making it harder for me to shoot in the
Oh,
direction
interesting,
I wanna shoot.
interesting. See, like, but you can at least take it and change it.
Right,
Oh,
sure,
come on,
sure.
come on, get it. Ricochet the right way. Come on. See, right now I think I've got to update it because it gets stuck when it gets around a boulder, and it shouldn't.
Right, yeah.
That's something that I fixed. I thought I fixed. There we go. I also fixed the mechanic where if the enemy tank gets hit, it retreats,
Mhm.
so it doesn't stay in one spot, so you can't like wail on it.
Right,
But see,
right.
I find I get more precision control if
I
I
kinda found a, cheat a little bit. If you just run right into the tank and then start shooting it,
yeah, but then
you'll win.
yeah, it kicks your ass. So I may need to change a couple of the things around the boulder. It shouldn't stick as much as it does, but
Mhm.
either way, this is Binary Suns where you have, you know, no mission. You're flying around on a desert planet with two suns. There's the sun, and I think that's the second sun. That may very well be the moon. Um, it's all generative. There are no sounds. It's just, you're flying around the desert. Something that's completely mindless. And this I probably
Speaking
spent
of
way too
sounds,
much
like
time
what
on.
you said before, when I tried to add sound in my game, it completely messed up the whole
Dude,
thing.
yeah, it's just it's precarious. Yeah, that was the moon because as the sun goes down. Mm, no, that was the second sun. There's the moon, and it should be casting light as it gets further and further overhead on the landscape. And then it's got this glowing pattern too on the landscape. This was a really quick one, and then I cleaned it up a bit more. I can't say it's Connect 4, but it's pretty close. Ooh, dang it. Sometimes the CPU doesn't do a great job, but I did get this cleaned up the way that I wanted to get it cleaned up or well enough and shipped it. That was pretty straightforward. And then Pixel Dust was inspired by one of last week's shows. I think it was Thursday, where you were saying, "Hey, what if you do the sand and have it like go into an image, or like repopulate?" What did you say? Like basically recreate the image from sand as
Reconstruct it, yeah.
well? Yeah, and so I started playing with it, and then came upon this set of controls that is not exactly the same, but I think it's definitely in the arena of just having fun with images and sand particles in well, at least in outer space. So Pixel Dust is out. The Matrix. Now this one was fun. It took me a while to get the way that I want it to. It looks like a screensaver, honestly, and I wish I could set it as a desktop wallpaper.
I was thinking about that. I saw your post on it on X, and I was thinking, maybe you could record it as a looping video, and then somehow you would be able to make get your phone background that way.
Part of this fun is that you can navigate it, right? You can move backward.
I actually didn't know that you could.
Yes.
When I loaded it up, I just looked at it.
Okay, you just looked at it, but then if you look at the lower left-hand corner, there's a pi symbol. If you click the pi symbol, you can capture an image. It's got the instructions. It also works with touch, or you can set it to auto navigate. So it basically it navigates on its own.
You might want to make that a different color then. the icon.
No. I wanted it to be completely like, oh, I'm just enjoying the visual. What's this? Click.
Right,
I
right,
did that.
gotcha.
Yeah, I fought with that. I'm like, I don't want it to be standing out. I don't want people to necessarily know. I just kind of want them to explore. So, but yeah, this one was a bit, but I did end up obviously getting it working and very immersive. It reminds me a lot of a screensaver I used to have, a Matrix screensaver where you could fly through it and stuff. And haven't seen it, of course, in absolute eons. But it worked. I was very happy to have done this. This was a quick one. I got this to a shippable state, in my opinion, pretty quickly. This one took forever. Terminal Vision, my God. And this was based on, because you sent something last week, and I'm like, I thought about doing that. And so I got it working, everything. I even took your the idea of like passing it through. Full color mode still lags a bit because of the resolution that it's pushing through. Like the higher resolution pushes it harder. But I do have full color mode working. And export.
It did in mine too, but somehow I got it to be smoother. I don't know exactly what it was, but I got it to be smoother.
I wonder, because I ended up trying to use that code on an updated version, and it just it stomped all the changes. I may end up going back to it.
I gotcha.
But yeah, so I had problems with this one with the webcam on mobile. The mobile webcam kept screwing up, but I'm so glad I did the 1-bit webcam. And I said, look, whatever you're doing it wrong. Use whatever code you're using in the 1-bit webcam. And then once it did, everything was fine. But until then, this took way too long. And I only found out there was an iOS issue because Android worked fine. But my girlfriend used it on iOS and she was having problems. I'm like, what the hell? So that sent me down the rabbit hole. It took me a while to get this the way that I wanted. I also thank you, not just saying, hey, look at, I'm like, oh yeah, I've been wanting to do that. But also you did the hamburger menu on, you may have had that on the desktop. On the desktop, I wanted this way, but on mobile, it made a lot more sense. So I instituted on the mobile app for this, the hamburger menu. So
right. Yeah.
It worked out. And then the Amulet of Yandor. I don't know how many people are necessarily going to play it, but I
still need to play it, actually.
You did?
No, I still need to. It looks fun.
Oh, yeah. So I'm still learning. I don't think it'll play very well with mobile because you need keys.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, it works. I mean, the mechanics are there, the basics are there, and you can play all 25 levels, collect everything, get your XP. the exit.
You just have to use, one of the really old cell phones that actually had buttons.
Telling you, man, go T9. You can T9 your way through the Amulet of Yandor, right? It's got its own backstory and everything. What is it? O? No, hang on. K. Where is it? O. Oh, 0. It's got the story built in and everything. So that's that one. So that's last week's stuff. There's the tweet. There's the newsletter. And then tonight, I did this one. I'm pretty happy with it. It is a synesthesia. So you basically, I did one kind of like this with the random sounds, but this one's got different visuals. It also has an autoplay, and then you can change the scales. The other one I did was Circlawed, which is a little different. But this one's even cooler because what you can do is you can turn on the mic, and then as you talk, you will see different sound effects pop, or sound effects happen.
Oh wow!
As well as visuals. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So I was having fun with that one. You can change the sign, square, sawtooth, or triangle. And just have fun, and you can even use the keys. So it's like a keyboard.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear any of that.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah. So that's synesthesia. So that's pretty much done. And that's since yesterday. But I was wrestling with other things, and I don't know if I'm very happy with the other things that I've started to work on. But this is what I've got. I've got like a demolition sandbox demolition where you load an STL file, like a 3D printed or a file to be 3D printed, and then you explode it, right? It shatters into a billion pieces, right? It's kind of fun, silly, stupid. And then you could rebuild it, right? And then it's there in the middle again, explode. You can change the playback or the physics speed. Although I don't know about that because it seems like it just lags right at the beginning. You can lower the fragments.
Interesting is if it was able to reform itself.
I know. It should have, but every time I tried, it just kind of choked.
Gotcha.
You can even change the force. Boom. So it's like way gone. Like they'll come back. It'll eventually come back. And then you can choose an impact explosion. So the impact point has been set. You can explode it and it explodes from that point. Then you can see little bits and pieces falling back. They all just seem to be circling in swarms. That's the thing I don't like about this one is it just doesn't seem to be. I don't know. It just doesn't seem, the physics don't seem to be right. And so I've got to work through that. This one might be, I may be about done. I'm going to do some things with layout, but iterated this one pretty quick. It's basically a text glitcher. So you can choose, different effects and then you can export the image, right? So you can write whatever you want to write, like here, Perillo. And then it cyberpunks it, right? And you could even change the font, the color palette. Although it's not the color palette isn't exactly working the perfect way I want it. But look, you can save an image, right? You can save that out. So I want to massage that one a bit. I'm happy with that one. Hang on.
Yeah, I can see that being pretty useful.
1 second.
Yeah, you're all good.
Okay, Pixel. I gotta go pick up my daughter.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you have this? Do you want to keep going?
Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. I can put my stuff is boring compared to yours because you're actually going to be doing stuff. So this is kind of an emergency for me.
Yeah. Go off and do what you need to do.
Okay. So you've got the con. You have this. Hey, Lorburn, good to see you. Sarbra, you as well. You've got the con. I will come back, pick things up. That's the call I had to make. I'm like, I have to check in with my daughter. And then that was the call I was hoping I wasn't going to get, but that was the call I got. Okay.
No, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
It'll be about It'll take me 20 minutes to get there, 20 minutes to get back, give or take.
That's
just
fine.
So you know. Okay.
All right. So yeah, guys, what I have been working on, I've actually been trying to make this the shooter here. Now this is actually a turtle toss game. I don't know if any of you had played this old Flash game back in the day, but basically there were variations of it. I believe it started with a sheep tosser, and then there was another one that was like a turtle tosser, and I've got mine named Turtle as well. But this is what I've gotten so far. Um, so you're able to launch it forward, and ideally you'll have different little obstacles in the way, and really you just go and choose the angle and the speed and see how many coins you can collect. And you can once you collect enough, you'll go to this store here, which will have more durability and more speed every time you buy a new turtle. Now I know it doesn't really look like a turtle; it looks more like a ball, but that's what it decided to make. Now, I really wanted it to actually follow. I wanted the camera to follow it, but I haven't been able to get it to follow it. Every time I try to, it just messes up the whole game. I don't know why it's doing that, but I'm going to keep on trying to make it work. So far, it's working pretty well, though. Let me see if I can get up this chat so I can actually keep an eye on the chat. Move this over. Hope that doesn't mess up. Looks like it is messing this up. Sorry, I moved my window and now it's going to mess up y'all's view. I've only got the one monitor on right now, so it's hard to navigate around everything. I'm going to try to add this angle in. Its ability to change the angle or the pitch. But the last time I tried to do that, it decided to mess up as well. But let's see what it does. The cannon. The other one that I've been working on is essentially you're going to be able to use this area here to uh, connect to another person and essentially shoot each other. Another issue I've been having on this one though is the angle keeps on changing when I look up and down. There he goes. Yeah, see, it keeps on changing the angle, and I don't know. I have no idea why it's doing that. I tried to get it to work in my last prompt, but for some reason it didn't decide to fix it. I'm also trying to add in a editor, and I don't know if this is really working, but it's not really working. It's not working the way I wanted it to. Make it so that I could actually design a level on here before I end up playing it. It's not adding the... Oh, there it did. Guess it all depends on what spot you're trying to put it in. Am I able to block this off? Oh, I don't have a button to delete, just to add. All right. Let's see. I need a way to remove blocks in edit mode. All right, let's see if it... Yeah, see, it messed up the whole thing. I think it's because it's trying to add the sound in as well. So I think I'm gonna have to roll it back and then save the code and reload it. I'm gonna roll it back twice. Hopefully that doesn't include the sound in this one. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So let me go ahead and save this and try to make a new session here. Then I'll have it add the angle in. Add the ability to change the angle of the cannon before firing. Turn on canvas and submit. While in edit mode, E key. Well, it's not removing them. Oh, no, I'm not in. No, the E key changes back to edit mode. Okay. Crosshair at the block you've placed and right click it to remove it. Right clicking is just adding more. That's me right clicking. Okay. Right clicking is adding more blocks. Of the previous block. Right. Yeah, it does. It does look a little bit like Minecraft. I was kind of going for that a little bit, but mainly just like with guns. It's not really going to be Minecraft. It's just going to have characteristics of it. You said the text is very fuzzy? Weird. I mean, I can't change that, unfortunately, but with it being fuzzy, it seems like that would be more of a resolution issue. He's the host, so I can't really do anything about that. And people on YouTube, if you are on YouTube, I'm going to bring that one up as well, just so I can see your comments. 1 second. Don't want to leave out my YouTube people. All right. Let's see if this is working now. Go into edit mode. All right, yeah, we're getting somewhere. Ah, yeah, this is working much better. Probably gonna have to add in a free flight mode and edit mode. Oh, that's still messing up. The the direction, the viewer direction is still messing up a little bit. But I'm happy with this so far. All right, let's see if I can add in a free flight mode. I bet it would get better context if I said spectator mode. I think it's just a tool you guys are using. It's a thing I've noticed since bringing on guests. So that only happens when guests are added. I wonder if it's lowering the resolution when a new guest is added. I wonder if that's what it's doing. I mean, it would make sense. You're trying to go and save on bandwidth. All right, let's see if this got fixed. Oh, yeah, I can change the tilt now. That's nice, but there is still an issue here though, since it's tracked to my mouse if I'm trying to hit the launch button, so I need spacebar to be my launch button rather than having to hit the button there. Let's see. Oh, it did it that quick. I don't have a. Says spacebar would be fly straight up. Ah, there we go. Nice. Yeah. Wait, what? Okay, my A and D got switched in the direction they need to go. That's a little weird. This is not the easiest thing to fly around with. Especially with the camera messing up like that. Okay, we'll just fire through that. Looks like it's not firing through it, which is good. A few more things to fix here. Yeah, I put in a speed boost piece as well. I think I need to tone down the speed that it's going though. It's a little fast. I really need to fix that camera issue. It's very frustrating. Yeah, I know, right? I've actually seen some really complex ones too. I ended up making a plane simulator one time that it essentially, and I never actually tested this, but theoretically you would be able to have like dogfights and join, have other people join your game. I was gonna get Chris to test it with me, but apparently games like that kind of make him nauseous or have the ability to make him nauseous. So we didn't end up testing it out, but Yeah, it was pretty interesting. It was kinda like what he had, on that one app with his, sand and the moon and suns, but it was just you were able to fly around like TIE fighters. I actually had it set up so that you could upload a, STL file. So I uploaded a STL file of the TIE fighter, and, that was my ship. See, look, I'm pressing right now, and it's going left. Let me see if I can fix that. The uh, mode need to be swapped. Um, I don't know whether it froze or what. I wasn't watching Twitch there when it froze. All right. Let's see if this thing got fixed. Line mode. Yep. Looks like that's good. The camera is still probably gonna, yeah, camera's still messed up a little bit. It'd be interesting to be able to just like design levels that you can run around and you know, shoot each other in, or you know, even just add in foes, zombies like enemies and such. I might end up adding in the ability to put in like different types of blocks in. Sorry, I got to keep switching my windows here because I can't actually see Twitch and YouTube while I have this window open. So if I'm not answering right away, that's why. Well, heck, let's just see if we can make it do that. Let's see. Uh, Add a few more blocks. Edit mode. Make some half blocks. See what it does. All right, let's look at the other one here. Did this get fixed? Yeah. Works all right. Yeah, the blue ones are like jump pads. However, I don't see the actual obstacles on it now, so I'm gonna have to add those back in. Just keeps on a going. Oh, looks like I can buy that one now. Yeah, the cool thing about this whole vibe coding thing is that like some of the most simple things are the most fun, you know? You come up with a good idea and and it's only going to get easier from here on out. I wonder what it's going to unlock for us to have like instantaneous code or having like AI agents be able to test your games for you, figure out if there's any errors that they come across, and if they do, then it just recodes the game for you. That way you don't even have to spend time really even testing it. Especially for like AAA games. Let's say they keep on making AAA games the way they do. They could have 100 or 1,000 AI agents go in and test every piece of that game in a fraction of the time that it takes now. Figure out where all the bugs are. And then, we might end up having more functional games because of it. I don't know if any of you've noticed this, but like when they release games now, a lot of them are kind of broken, or they're really delayed. And that could definitely speed up the process and make it a lot cheaper. Hey Twixel, yeah, he's gonna be back in a minute. He went to go pick up his daughter. All right, let's see what it added here. Added a slab, and it added cubes, or it rather it already had cubes. All right. Oh, all right. Well, that is one thing that's odd here. It added this slab, but I can't actually do anything to it. Is it because no, it's doing the same thing here with this one? Hmm. Wonder why it's doing that. Okay, camera, stop going everywhere. I really gotta fix that issue. All right, let's go ahead and try and make something here. I kind of want to tie the switching of the cube and the slabs to my wheel mouse. Oh, it's making it so I can't stack them again. Yeah, it's not stacking them again. It's only going up one. All right, let's see. I fear the amount of slop that will be put out. Microsoft just laid off 9,000 people, mostly Xbox, from what I hear. Yeah, the way I feel about the slop, though, is that we might have an overabundance of bad things, but the good things will rise to the top. You know, that's uh that's the first thing that I thought of when I heard that people were going to start generating their own shows. Is that it'll act kind of like a rating system where everyone will have one platform that they initially go to look at all the programs that people make, and then kind of like Facebook and things like that. They'll have one central location where everyone goes to, and then they rate which ones they like and which ones they don't. I mean, that's really the only way I see that playing out. It's kinda like how YouTube is the place for videos. Yeah, we have other platforms, but mainly it's YouTube that everyone, typically goes to. You'll have TikTok and things like that, but I feel like there's gonna be, something set up for vibe coding as well. Oh, I don't think it started coding this yet. Hey, that's thing's still going? Alright. Add in new obstacles. Things to slow down. Uh-oh. Limit That's actually the first time I ever actually reached that limit. Wow, that's crazy. All right, well, looks like I'm going to switch over to AI Studio. Hmm, that sucks. All right, let's see if this will. Yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah, I really need to uh change that to my scroll wheel. Wow, I really need to I really need to fix the camera. It's kind of getting out of hand. Oh man. Mm, it's like that's not wide enough for me to get through. I don't even actually know how my character even looks when somebody else is looking at me through this game. I'm really not sure at all. Looks like my door's got to be that wide though for me to get through. Apple's design team will report to Tim Cook following Jeff Williams' retirement. Hey, I am Lance. How are you doing? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if I do have a character model in this or not. I assumed I did since I'm able to add another person in here and the whole idea is to shoot each other, but I really, yeah, I don't know. I never was able to look at my character uh from that perspective before. Of course, I just started coding this too. Firing at ghosts. Yeah, the funny thing is that you actually don't fall off the edge here if you walk out. But yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to switch over to AI Studio here. I'm gonna have to copy this over. I'm actually kind of surprised it's only 650 lines of code. Oops. Oops. Looks like tomorrow there's going to be thunderstorms. Make it more robust. All right. Switched over to AI Studio. Hey, Ekafar, did you ever we talked about this briefly last week, but did you ever see the thing where they use the diffusion models to essentially generate a game in not the traditional coding sense, but like essentially what it does is it'll create the game frame by frame by just imagining the or creating the picture of that frame without coding a single line. It's wild. They did it for Minecraft and they did it for Doom. Like just thinking of like the implications of that, it's weird because like you can just prompt things into existence. Like you can do that with coding too, but like to be able to do it like on the fly, like say I want my character's shirt to be red instead of green or something, you know, and it just pops into existence as your plate. That's crazy. I don't know if it's gonna go that way or what in terms of how things are gonna go in the future. All right, let me switch this. HTML viewer. All right. Yep. Is that my character model? Okay. That's new. Oh, my keys got reversed again. I still got to go and change my my wheel there to be able to change between the slab and the full cube. See if my camera got fixed or not. So far, I'm not having any issues with it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think. Yep, I still got that camera issue. I don't even know how to describe that though. Like it's such a weird thing. Okay. Okay. See what that does. Yeah, I saw one earlier. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll show y'all what I'm talking about here. I saw one that it was generating it, and you were actually able to prompt into it and generate things as you were playing it. See if I can find it. It was called Mirage. Mm, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find this or not. I think it was called Mirage. Get a home pot. You're talking about what, Amazon's thing or Google's is that what they're called now? Because I think it was called Amazon Echo and Google Home or something, right? That's what you're talking about, right? We had a few of those at one point. I don't have any anymore. Oh, so Apple has their own now, I guess. Okay. Same thing, but with Siri. Let's see. I'm still trying to find this. I'll load it up for you guys if I can find it. Let's see. Yep. Those buttons are still switched. Mm. My camera's still messed up. Oh, you know what? That's why, because I didn't actually change over that code yet. Of course, uh, that would be a good reason why I didn't change anything. Mm. All right, what happened? Ah, tried to copy everything on the page. All right, okay. Scroll mouse works. Still did not change the camera. It's supposed to. I'm probably gonna rework this game, but I do like the idea of it. Yeah, see, I can't fit through that. Can I fit through a block of 2? No. Looks like I am bigger than that. Has to be 3. It's a pretty big space. Oops. Gonna have it so that you can save levels as well. Come on, camera. Stop messing up. It's one of the biggest problems I'm having right now is with that camera. Heck. All right. Oh my god. This is so hard. So hard to deal with the camera messing up like that. All right. Because Apple now requires you to have one to share access with the Home app, which my family likes to use. I have been waiting for it to go on sale, but it doesn't. Scrolling through Twitter again, Microsoft just added the ability for Copilot to generate an instruction prompt file for you. An instruction prompt? Click on that and see what you're talking about. You will get crazy better results by having these instructions for the AI. I got you. I've actually got a instruction prompt set up for Gemini right now. Um, that way, when I'm coding things, it sticks to strict guidelines of how I want things to look. It doesn't do much more than that, but it makes it easier for me to code things. I've got it set like when I have options a on a program that's not like a game, but sometimes with a game, but when it's not like a game, it'll automatically make that a retractable menu with the hamburger menu. That way I don't have to like write that every time. And then it'll also it'll stick to I actually put Apple's design guidelines in it. That way it could stick to those as well. Right, exactly. Yeah. I've actually been doing that since I've been using ChatGPT when it first came out. That was the best way in which I would, I would prompt things. Says my uh I'll be able to use Gemini again, the base version of Gemini again at 11:30, I believe. 11:30, somewhere around there. All right. Let's go back in to here. All right. I need to switch my A and D keys in edit mode. So, yeah, I mean, I personally like using AI Studio. I would like it more if it had Canvas in it, but it kind of has a version of Canvas if you go over to build, but it doesn't act the same way, so I don't really use it that often. I mean, but for all I know, it could be a better way of doing this whole thing. I haven't had great luck with it yet, but it could just be the way that I'm prompting it. In fact, I might actually go over to it. Hopefully I didn't. Oh, it did. Damn. Oh well. I wonder what it'll do if I paste this entire thing in build. Well, I'm just curious what this will do. Probably gonna mess up the whole thing, but I've got it saved. It'll be fine. This one actually takes a minute to generate because it actually finds errors and then it goes back and edits the errors. Open code? Mm. I think I'm unfamiliar with that right now. Open code. Sorry about that. Chris had to go pick up his daughter, so he'll be back in a minute. I don't know how long he's been gone. How long was it since Chris left? Akafar, do you remember? No, no, no. This isn't pre-recorded. Yeah, I hadn't either, Akafar. But you see, this is coded a little differently, or at least it's structured a little differently. It does give me access back to Canvas, though. It is still messed up. But my W and D key is working again. Hmm. Oh, wait, what? My space bar is stopped letting me go up with it. It's weird. Oh, it's still coding. I'm using it and it's still coding it. Okay. Oh, all right. What are you doing now? What are you doing now? You fixing the issue I was having? What do you mean by bring your own key? You talking about your API key or yeah, I know it's a terminal UI, but uh, I guess my main question is it does it benefit me more to do it in this, or is it just giving me more information? Looks like it didn't reload this though. Right, right, right. I got you. Wonder if I refresh this. Maybe not. Looks like I just erased it. Hmm. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. Hey, Epstein, how you doing? Chris is gonna be just a minute. Let's see. Been taken over by Burger Planet. All right. Unfortunately, I can't really do too much about that in YouTube. I don't. I'm not host of the stream.
No, just don't. I mean, don't have it super loud.
Oh, I think I heard Chris.
Yeah, you did. Hey, Pixel. It was a long trip. My God. Okay. My God. All right.
You're all good.
Back in the saddle here.
So I lost access to Gemini. I reached my cap for the first
Oh,
time.
your cap. Yeah, dude. I know I'm going to hit my cap here tonight. Easily. All right. Let's see here. I know it. Thank you for holding down the fort. I'm very
Yeah,
grateful.
of course, of course.
Because I mean, otherwise, if it was just me, I'd be
check
like,
out YouTube for a second.
hey, let's do this. There we go. Okay, so now I want to change the layout. Make the settings layout a bit more compact, especially on screens like tablets. Making sure words don't wrap in elements. Or hang on just a second. Take a screen grab. Love multimodal. Can it be?
Yeah, I know. It's very useful.
I know.
Very useful. I actually use my whiteboard a lot now, and I just take pictures of it because I'll draw something out that I need.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't. I've never done that. Give me unlimited color palette.
Because like I can't quite put it into words, but I can draw it.
This glitch one was a fun one. Okay, so gonna add these two, and then this is I didn't even get to this before I had to go. This is a textual canvas. I'm not sure what I want to do with this. If I want to do anything with it, you type in like
right.
I'll say pixel, and then it'll spell out pixel, 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 pixel. And you can change the font size. You can change the
You might want to check out YouTube when you get a second.
Oh, why? What?
You got a lot of swearing and other things.
Oh, cool. It happens.
Yep.
Let's see here. All right, now what, hun?
Can I unpack my stuff?
Yeah, that's fine. There we go. This one, so it goes, well, undulates, I guess, not vibrates, but it's a fun one. Gravity, like sinks.
So this is what I was showing him when you were gone. I'm making it's not really Minecraft, but it's like I wanted to put an editor on here so that I could edit the level, and then you could go back into play mode, and you're basically running around this level trying to shoot each other.
I haven't done a lot of I mean, the FPSs always make me dizzy though, like,
right?
I gotta be careful. Like, even doing that
Yeah,
one
I was telling him that.
Yeah.
I was telling him that with when I was building the when we were in the spaceship.
Yeah. Interesting. Fascinating. Where's the... How is...
At least you don't experience that kind of thing when you're driving.
What's that? Just getting dizzy?
Getting dizzy, I guess.
Yeah.
Have you ever worn VR?
Nah, I haven't gotten into it. Like I said, I get motion sick.
Well, yeah, that's why I was saying. I wanted to know whether that actually, if that affected you as well as just looking at a screen. It's essentially the same thing, looking at a screen, but I wonder if higher refresh rate would help that.
I've tried all sorts of things, and it just doesn't do the trick. I've tried.
Right.
Okay, this is much more.
It just seems like if reality doesn't do it to you, then maybe there's a high enough refresh rate at some point.
No, it never works. I've tried. I have tried. I've tried. There we go. Okay, this looks good. This looks decent. I love the fonts too. I love the... Come on, dude. That's pretty... It's pretty freaking cool. Glitch. And you can pause it, glitch it, pause it. But then at some point it becomes like unreadable. There we go.
Say, this isn't Bop It.
Bop it to start. Pixelate, for some reason, changes the font's width.
Yeah, I know, right, Ikafor?
Cyberpunk. Need more fonts to choose from. I think this is... I mean, I feel like this is solid. I feel like this is a really good... This is a good app. It just feels good.
This is a different one that I was showing them. I'm making a turtle toss.
Something like I want the cannons. That's what I want. Like, that's the next one I got to do. I got to find the game and say it was like that game, and then do that, right?
Are you able to see this?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're able to see my screen or not, but yeah, it's basically the same thing.
The cannons shoots. Yeah. Oh, it just keeps going. Whoa. Wait, did it just bounce up? What?
Yeah, because those platforms there are jump pads.
Like, yeah, they're just, that's awesome. Oh, that's great. I may want to. Yeah, I kind of want to. I wonder how I could.
So the idea around it though is that you're gonna have like little pieces like that are obstacles that get in your way that slow you down.
But then it inevitably just hits a thing and goes.
Well, right. But if you slow it down enough, it will eventually stop because it'll lose momentum.
Yeah.
Those jump pads don't add momentum. I mean, I guess they do a little bit, but they don't. Yeah, they're not like super bad about it. It is slowing down. Yeah, there it goes.
Wow, it doesn't take much horizontal shift. There we go.
But then you're able to actually buy different turtles in the store here as you progress, and they have more durability and more speed to start off with.
The Vision Pro I didn't have too many problems with. I'd like to get a Vision Pro, but I'm not gonna spend that money. No way. No way. No how. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, it is pretty pricey.
Very pricey.
I love the idea about it though, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Especially having being the latest update, I heard that you're able to put stationary screens in.
I did. Hang on. Where's the link? There we go. It was a vlog. There we go. David, a vlog. Here. There's the. I cannot paste. Hang on. There we go. All right, David. Why is it not letting me paste? There we go. There's the link on whatchamacallit. Okay, Cyberpunk works. I like this. This is great. This is a surprise. This one was a happy surprise. Let's go to Instant. Istanbul was Constantinople. Now it's Istanbul. Constantinople. There we go. Cyberpunk worked. Wait, did I have Cyberpunk on there already? I did. Text glitcher. Cyberpunk text glitcher. I feel like that's set. I don't need it to be much. You know? Some of them are just like I go way deep into the weeds, and others is like, this is doing everything I needed to do. Okay, so I got that one out. So that's one fun with text. Now, this is another fun one. So what you do with this one is you can draw, like if I draw this and then that, then maybe this or something, and then like say pixel, and then spawn it, the word goes down, and then I can blow with the wind. And I can blow it away. I can change the I guess the material, so like steel, spawn. But right now the wind is going. I don't know what that one is. I think that's just nudge. Or you just pick it up and then throw it around like. So you're having fun with the words. Splitting everything around. And then funnel, I think that's a vortex. Yeah. So yeah, this UI needs to be redone, like very much so. It's still not what I want it to be, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this needs to be, this design needs to be completely redone. It's sloppy. So I just very clear. It's just sloppy. It's bad. The icons are unintelligible too.
Yeah, so I was able to put in pre-prompts into Gemini through the settings, and it actually made it so that I don't have to write in, my design specs on things anymore. It'll just automatically put it in.
For what?
So you know how I have that side menu for the hamburger menu? I basically told it that whenever I have any options like that in my programs that I want to put in, automatically put that in. Automatically put that hamburger menu in.
See, I guess for me, I don't mind experimenting.
Sure.
with that kind of thing.
I also told it to go over the guideline, the design guidelines of like Apple.
Oh yeah.
Whenever and that way it just like basically perfectly puts everything in, and I don't have to like iterate 10 times to get it
Yep.
to look,
That's a good
half
point.
decent.
Like use Apple's guidelines. I've got to remember that. Even though they walk back glass big time.
Right.
That was a mistake. There we go. Frosted glass. So I'm using frosted glass now. Thank you for reminding me to use that.
Yeah. I also was thinking about putting in, just in all of my programs, put in a dark and a light mode.
I don't really,
I was thinking about experimenting that with automatically change dark and light mode if I have the option selected. Automatically change between dark and light mode depending on what time of day it is.
Interesting. This, for some reason, it just did not want, it just crappy design choices here. Paint with words. This needs explode. Oh, that was really bad. It broke something.
Oh.
Yeah, it definitely fix error. What the hell did it do? Okay, the zeitgeist. Paint with social media. What? I don't want to use AI. Ironically. No, okay.
I hate when I hear a notification noise and then I can't ever figure out where it's from.
What the hell?
So what I was telling them before was that I ran across something called Mirage. I wasn't able to find it again, but basically what it is you remember how I was talking about how they were doing the Doom and Minecraft, but they were doing it through diffusion, generating frame by frame. Yeah, so basically they, instead of coding the game, it would generate frame by frame and you could play through the game.
Interesting.
Through image generation. And so, yeah, I came across something called Mirage that they were testing in, and you're able to actually use it, play a game like Grand Theft Auto, and prompt things into existence in the game as you're playing.
Oh.
It's very weird. it doesn't work all that well yet, but I can see the concept of it working. It's almost like playing through a dream. Because when you turn the camera, it turns the camera and you can see things, but like sometimes you'll like walk up to what you think is a wall, but then you keep on walking like on top of the wall as if it's terrain. It's very weird.
But that's the fun of it. Okay. There we go. Load STL model. I'm getting there with the STL exploder, but no. Big time. All this lag.
Ikavar said, "Hey Chris, what do you think of the Apple design team reporting directly to him?"
Yeah, well, it doesn't surprise me.
Did you? Yeah. This is it.
They should never have rolled out. They should never have rolled out liquid glass. Like some people hated it, but now some people hate Apple for rolling back liquid glass. But it was just bad. It should never have been. It should never have made it out of labs. That's Apple's problem. That's Apple's fault. It's just bad. It was bad to begin with. So it doesn't surprise me he's being forced to take early retirement. The whole damn team needs to go, as far as I'm concerned. The whole damn team. Hire a product person. Put a product person in charge. Then the shit will start getting right again.
There you go, Chris. If you can see it on my screen, this is what I was talking about with it, like generating frames.
Shot. Yeah. It's incredible.
It's very odd. Let's see. World control. Let's see.
I'm iterating here. I'm vibe coding, I guess.
Give player a rocket launcher. Okay, I gotta remember what the button is to aim. V. Yeah, see, look, it gave me a rocket launcher. It's so weird.
Huh.
I don't know if I can.
Last thing you want to see downtown.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, Apple definitely does not adhere to their own guidelines. Oh, crap! I got nerfed. Nerfed. As soon as I uploaded this, as soon as I started this, what the? Okay, this didn't even do the thing that I thought it was going to do. Brush mode image, like this isn't even. Hey, what's up? Give me a second. Yes. Yep. I think she's coming. Let me check. Yeah. Let me see what I don't know if she's hanging with somebody or not. I got nerfed. I used it too much earlier today. I knew I did. I'm like, I shouldn't have done it earlier. But at least I got one good thing out of it. I don't know if I want to try. And of course I get hit with this damn error with the Demolition Sandbox. I like where it's going, but it's still not there yet. Cyberpunk text, Sinthesia. Oops. There we go. And then I really don't like how this is interesting, but I don't know what I could do with it. Like, what can you do with like text? Like, just like drawing. What could one do that's interesting? It just doesn't seem to be. Oh, I know what I could do. What if I'm going to have to change here loads an image that they
stop walking that way.
No longer see, but then paint that image with the designated text so that the text over characters overlaying each other will actually draw the image styled in text. Okay, it's gonna kick me because I'm on Pro, but yeah, okay. So let me switch to Flash, of course. So I've got a
kind of weird dreamscape game am I playing?
Share copy. This is typography. No, not the textual canvas. I can't believe I'm doing this with Flash. Always screws things up so much worse. Yeah. It's so bad. Flash is just so bad. So bad. So bad. So bad. It's so bad. Okay.
Here's one for racing.
Here we go. What are we doing here? Fantastic idea. Image loading. Image brush. Color sampling from hidden image. Color is key. Okay, yeah, do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hit canvas. This needs to be redone too. Physics Studio. This is so not going to work. So I can kill that one. I guess I can kill Demolition Sandbox too. Are we good? Did it work? Let's find out. No. I can see the image pop up, but then I'm not actually painting an image of the image with the text. Let's see if it even gets what it is that I'm trying to say.
Even for this thing to work at all is kind of amazing. Just of how it's working on the back end.
This is so messed up. I'm never going to get anywhere. I should just start from scratch, I think. Okay, let's try this. Oh, crap. Stop giving me this warning. create a single page web app. I don't know if that's going to work. This clearly didn't. Oh. Why can't I? Hey. Hello. Oh. Hello. There's a find at the top. Whoop. This is incomprehensible. Describe to me the app you're trying to create. Let's find out. Let's find out if this works. Please type some text. Okay. But it doesn't actually work. There are the words paint. Click and drag your mouse across the canvas. Oh, I can't. This sucks. This sucks. Sometimes that's what I say. This sucks.
Just read this article. It says OpenAI poaches 4 high-ranking engineers from Tesla, XAI, and Meta.
Everyone's poaching each other, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to try to recreate this one. I might actually go into Claude because Claude might do a better job starting it. I got to get a print going too. Oh, crap. Test. But I can't. It's not. This is just bad. I don't want this. Let me see if I can describe it better. Okay. Boop. Oops. Boop. Add text. This is just not great either. This is really bad, actually. Yeah, that's not great. I may be giving up because I don't know how to get. Oh, that's right. This functionality is undergoing maintenance. What the hell? So Claude's crap.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's crapping out on me tonight, man.
ChatGPT it is.
No, not crazy. Processing. And then it's stuck. Yeah, that was useless. Everything's hosed. I'm not happy with the only thing I was really happy with was Cyberpunk. That was it. And like these other ones, they're good ideas, but man, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the textual canvas, but it's like, what's the point? Okay, textual canvas. This is on Flash. This is on Flash.
Yeah, and it's insane how far we've yet to come.
It's the sandbox.
So what do you think the future of games really is in terms of like
Iterative.
we can generate them, but in terms of let's say companies like Nintendo and Sony and such, things like that. I don't know if it's all going to be iterative or whether that are still going to have teams of programmers to make like AAA games.
You may, but at the same time, you no longer need to use, an array of developers to get the things done.
I mean, I could definitely see a point in time where you have, thousands of AI agents that will be able to have the finished product and then be able to test for bugs in it.
Yeah.
And physically play the game over and over and over millions of times, finding all the bugs.
I need to get the sandbox. That's typographic. No.
It's kind of crazy that I'm able to make a game that's kind of like Minecraft in like a few seconds.
Well, part of the value is specifically like being able to have the community around it, right? Not just
Oh, sure, but I just mean in terms of if there is something that I want to do in a game like Minecraft, I can pretty much do anything I want.
Right.
I could say like if I wanted to make a game that's like Minecraft and then I wanted to add in a plugin or something, right? I could whip up a game that's like Minecraft, whip up that same plugin in that and see how it interacts with everything before I bring it into actual Minecraft. Prototype it a bit. And I'm not specifically saying for Minecraft, I just mean like any game.
Well, these are all basically the same. I don't know if I want to mess with Demolition Sandbox. I think I've got that at a pretty good space. I just need to refine it a little more. Maybe. I don't know. It's kind of useless. I don't know. Blowing up an STL. I don't know. It was a good idea in my head. And then, actually using it is like, I don't know. I don't know. All right. Here's what we're going to do. No, this just did not at all do the thing that I wanted it to do.
Camera is so jacked up in this thing I'm making.
Oh, there, I can go back.
Did you hear Nintendo wants to go full into the entertainment biz with them parks and movies capitalizing on IP?
Would not surprise me. Steel. Steel. Yeah, this isn't too bad. I don't know if I like it as much as. Let's start here. I don't know if I want to like keep going with Flash because I feel it's just going to screw things up. You know what I mean? Like it just as soon as you start doing Flash, it's just like, whoa.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
It never ends well. So if I start something in Flash, fast all around help.
Yeah, I hope things like Nintendo doesn't go all into vibe coding and generation, at least yet, because yeah, I don't see that going very well. It's one thing if you can make a decent game with it, but it's a whole nother thing if they're just gonna mess it all up because they want to make things cheaper.
Let's try this. We like vibe battles. So Ryan did a vibe bat. What the?
Hmm?
He did a vibe battles. He did a battle simulator app. It isn't visual, but
Yeah.
that's what it is. Let's see if this works. So I'm coming back to that tomorrow. I'll come back to this tomorrow. I hope to be able to salvage and make apps out of them, but I don't know, dude.
Right. Yeah, another thing I was talking about is there's definitely going to be a central location like Facebook or like, YouTube is as a service where all of these things, all of these vibe coded programs are going to be. If this is going to be the future, there has to be a server set up like that where there's going to be like a ranking system on what's the best ones, and because a lot of it is going to be junk.
Maybe this is it. Fun with words. I don't know what we call this.
Do you think partly it is our lack of clarity or vagueness when we are prompting into these things on whether they're going to do the thing that we want
Yep.
them to or not?
Yep. Sometimes I'm very specific though.
Right. Yeah. The only reason I bring that up is because even if it does get better in the future, is it going to be better? Is it going to be? And I guess it would have to know us personally as it talks to us to understand or assume what we mean better if we aren't, very specific with it. Maybe it could get it to know us to the point where it would just be able to comprehend what we're talking about, right?
It'll get there. It's called context. Providing enough. Sometimes I provide too much context, and other times I'm loosey goosey.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, in terms of like, if you say something and I say the same thing, we might mean different things.
So again, knowing context about the person that's asking, like preferences and what have you.
Yeah. Of course, I also know that a lot of people don't want to go and have their data shared with these things, and it's like, well, the only way that you're gonna get something that's worth talking to is if it knows things about you.
See, at some point, I remember this about me, but other times I'm just like, it kind of surprised me.
Right.
So for me, it always feels different. I need to get a print going. Is this going to fit? Of course it doesn't fit. Why would I expect it to fit? You son of a... I was trying to get this.
Yeah, and as I said before, I hate fucking I hate Discord's file size limit. Yeah. It's awful.
What is okay?
You have to go and pay for Nitro before it'll let you do anything decent.
It's always prompting me too. Like, you get a free Nitro. I'm like, I'm not getting Nitro. Someone gifted me the Nitro once, and boy, I'm seeing tons of
it's not worth it.
Labubu mashups on Star Wars, but they're all the same. They're all the same Labubu mashup. You're like Jedi. I'm like, I don't need another freaking Labubu Jedi.
I was looking at that. Somebody had posted something like that on X. I think you saw it. I think I saw you looking at it above another post, but
What's
yeah, it
that?
was something that looked similar to that. Your text there, your wavy text.
Oh yeah. That was Gemini. So I'm kind of like, I'm saying, I kind of want to reverse engineer.
Right, yeah.
But the problem is that it sucks. Like, this is just not. It's a good idea, but it's just not great. Like, it's just not great. I would not be inspired by any of this in any way, shape, or form.
For privacy, I think we need to have local models because even Apple has accepted it needs a large data set of personal context for it to get anywhere close to functional.
I've seen so many freaking Labubu Jedi. So many freaking Labubu Jedi. Oh, I see a Jedi Smurf. That's interesting. Schlumpf. Schmumpf. Do I have blue? I do have blue. I can do this. I can do a Jedi Smurf. Sorry, talking to myself, getting my print stage for Maker Deck. Interesting. Okay. All right, let's do this.
So I was watching a video earlier, and it was the guy who was talking. He was talking about how he uses deep research about different things, and he was saying that he was asking a question about World War II, and he was talking about the nuclear bomb, and he said he told the AI, read all the history of World War II, but in Russian, English, Japanese, and German, and then give me the answer.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. Oh, that's fascinating. What did it do?
It gave him the correct answer after it didn't give him the correct answer when he asked it just straight out.
Interesting.
Because as we know, history is written by the victors.
That's right. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Okay, that's going.
Well, they're here, Ikafar. They exist.
Slowly but surely. I can't wait for that
So,
future.
well, one of the things that I was thinking about though is that okay, so you got a car that's parked. Okay, now it'll come get you, right? But the thing is, though, is let's say you have a group of people. Let's say I'm getting out of work and you have like 10, 15 people all leaving at the same time. Well, that's going to cause a big problem if all the cars try to come out of the parking spots at the same time to pick up everyone. You'll just have a big traffic jam.
True.
One person doing it is fine, but you know, you get 20 people doing it. It's suddenly a big problem. I like how that looks. It's interesting.
There we go. Now it's animated.
Communication standard, as in the different types of cars need the same communication. I'm guessing that's what you mean. Which yes, but at the same time, that's not really going to solve the issue that I was stating. Yes, there won't be crashes, but that's not really what I was going for. I just meant like a large group of cars all converging on the same spot. You might as well just walk to your car anyway at that point.
My Zen garden never worked. I could never get the rake to work.
But yes, they do definitely need, one standard communication protocol.
This is cool. This works.
What are you calling that I guess it's what do you call that? A waveform?
Yeah, it's a great, but the animation speed still needs to go higher and default higher. Okay. This is actually really cool. I'm going to keep this one.
Yeah, you should. I was actually trying to go and make something like that earlier. I was thinking about the old PlayStation 4, I think it was, that had something like that, the background on the home screen. But I could never really figure out what it's really called to even attempt at making that. I mean, I guess glowing waveform. I don't know. Sure.
This is cool. I like that.
I just don't know. Yeah, that looks cool.
It's a wave editor or whatever.
Yeah, Ikafar, I just don't know like what. It seems like there's other problems that arise when you have systems like that. I think those systems are great, but I still think that there's going to be issues around it, unforeseen issues, if all the cars are communicating in that way. Not that we don't have issues now. We have lots of issues now. But I think there's ways in which humans act that is going to influence it even still, because you're still going about human timing when you want to schedule a pickup or things like that, that are going to affect it. I agree. I think we need LiDAR as well, just as, extra precaution. Now, getting all those systems to work nice with each other, that's a whole nother thing. It's like, oh, the camera's telling me one thing, but the LiDAR is telling me a different thing.
This is where I take.
Sure.
I'm taking something into ChatGPT and it's totally munging it.
Yeah. What if you just asked it? Because usually what I'll use ChatGPT for is I'll import the code into it and then I'll ask it about the code rather than to code it.
Yeah, no, I but right now I'm stuck. Right now I've got no. I don't.
I'd be like, how would you solve this kind of issue? And then I'd bring that back into Gemini
that's
or
what I do
whatever,
with.
and be like,
Yeah, I usually do that with Claude.
right.
But Claude was fronting.
I do think we need more like high-speed rails in this country, though.
Yeah, big time.
We're like so far behind the rest of the world in that. I heard that they were going to make one from New York to California, I think.
I know they're planning one between Seattle and Seattle, Vancouver, and Portland.
Right, gotcha. Yeah, right, sure.
It's just black. Did it go? No, it's still loading. I added ambient and directional lighting. I don't see anything except for black screen. I don't see.
I was actually in a self-driving Tesla.
You were? Wow.
Yeah. Uber driver picked me up, and he had one.
We're going to the weeds here. Okay, I've got something now. Broken. It's a tan.
I will say though that like 90% of the people that I talk to about, they're just like, I don't like it.
Well, they don't trust it.
Sure. I mean, and I get it.
I think I trust. If everything was computer, I trust it a lot more than humans being involved. Sure, or as I've said, the first jobs that need to be replaced by AI are politicians.
Well, right, sure. I think though that people, let's say you had somebody that died in a car accident because of the self-driving or whatever, right? Okay, well, people are gonna get a lot more pissed about that than they would if a human had a heart attack or something, while driving and killed somebody. Mm-hmm. But I mean, they also don't know. People are kind of skewed on the reason why people die rather than just the incident happening.
Hmm? I may be rapping here on my end. Yeah. I'm hitting walls, and I gotta get the Jedi here. I wish I could get that Zen Garden to work though. Oh. Oops. I'm going to keep fleshing out. I don't know if any of them are going to go anywhere. They're just going to end up in the graveyard.
Right.
Because I've got a graveyard. But thank you for hanging and pulling through. I hope to have more on Thursday, but Lord knows how that's going to go.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's only 2 days away, so.
Yeah, I know. Like some weeks I'm just like boom, 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 and then like this week I'm just like hitting walls.
Right, yeah.
Thank you, Ikavar. Appreciate your faith and your support. I don't appreciate ChatGPT though, because look, it just never ends well. It never does. Like Claude, are you still stuck? Oh, Claude is not stuck. Like, no, it's still functionality still ongoing. Blah, 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 blah. All right. I'll see you everywhere and in between, and hopefully when I get back into Pro tomorrow morning at 11:35, when I get access again. Yay.
Yeah, right.
I gotta wait. It's God's way of telling me to wait. Go outside. Oh, I don't want to go outside.
Touch grass.
I don't want to. I have a touch grass simulator.
I have an app for that.
I want a Zen Garden simulator, but I can't. It hasn't. It's going to be a long while. I kept trying and trying and trying. I don't want to give up. Just like I wanted an ant farm and I gave up on it. I'm like, it's not what I want it to be in any way, shape, or form.
I tried to do it myself. It didn't work. Oh.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't work. It didn't work. But at least like when I'm like releasing something, when I'm like, okay, I feel like confident, like this is pretty good. This is decent. Like I feel like I could keep using it like that, but that it just never reached that point. And now, like I said, I can't. Pro, I'm nerfed on Pro, so
right.
It's not gonna happen. What a night. Well, I got something out of it. I feel I got that web shader was pretty good. I can finish that up.
Yeah.
I feel I can get some of these to a good point. We'll see. We shall see.